Good morning. Video Diary UBK Bosley, the 7th of June. Second video diary today. This is for the police, the Devon and Cornwall Police based at Middlemore. Again, I reiterate to the staff at Middlemore Police Station, almost without, without exception, thank you for the way you treated me. You treated me with respect and dignity. Certainly on the last few occasions. You didn't when I was arrested for the paint thing. I think there was a night to walk home and couldn't get a taxi at 3:30 and I couldn't walk. And it took me about 2.5 hours to get home, and I was traumatised for a couple of days. I had a week's work in Barnstable as well, which would have been worth about £1,800 to me. I was going to test the camper van out, or the escape vehicle as I call it. You then further embellished what was a protest about the lack of consideration of both people living with the new skate park, old farts, people like me as well. I've had loads of altercations out there, whether I've been in a good mood or indifferent. You just get grief coming out. That's my issue, and I'm trying to deal with it, and I don't have to now because you very kindly, with the help of the corrupt Exeter Council, who suddenly became concerned about my mental welfare, that they denigrated and destroyed over the last 5-6 years. It's all a game, isn't it, basically? So the police embellished it with utilising intelligence. That is a misnomer. This is the police utilising intelligence. What they utilised intelligence for was they picked a part of my life when 40 years ago I did some specifically challenging training, military training, for 10 months, like thousands and thousands of other people not as capable as me, and majority of people probably a lot more capable than me, a lot more suitable, a lot more level-headed and whatever. So what you might have also cherry picked is the fact that I lived with somebody off and on for, 20 years. Don't ask. Married this person, and they lost no opportunity, to phone you and bring you to my house, which is where she lived with me, despite me beating her up every day, apparently, and making her life utterly miserable. Which is why she kept phoning you, but strangely kept coming back to me. Don't know why. Oh, it must be because I begged her, because I love living with an indifferent drunk who has the emotional capabilities of a cross between Genghis Khan, Mussolini, and I don't know, somebody who pretends to be emotional, pretends to be maternal. Knowing what I know now, I don't like the woman, obviously. I use the term woman loosely. Story of a lot of men's life, if in different circumstances, her sister would probably have been a better bet. She was more of a girl. She wasn't as spiky and manipulative as I don't know. As far as people can be, Lisa was a nightmare. I thought I deserved a nightmare. Some people don't have a lot of self-esteem, and despite my demeanour and my conduct, it's a bluff, like a lot of you do. Do. It's an act. Okay, the environment I was raised in and the environment I found myself in after I was finished being raised, if you want to call it that, and then went into the big wide world of living in hostels, on a commune, living at Pell Street, which, Jesus Christ, full to the rafters of different couples, a lot of black guys living there. Oh, really friendly place. A lot of police raid now and again. It was an experience. I couldn't go around being nice, and I was on my own. I had no money. It was before I joined up, and it was hard. It was more or less life on the street. And prior to that, I'd been living out in the middle of the sticks on a big Borstal-y thing, community home called St Benedict's, just outside Reading, which was fucking paradise when you're about 12. because you've got salt courses, golf courses, tennis courts, motor go-karts. You could mix with the kids who were all from Brent in London. They were Asians, they were West Indian, black lads, pink lads, big lads, small lads, rapists, car thieves, burglars, criminals, bad people, good people, unlucky people, people I wouldn't have met. It's really strange because every weekend I used to go up to one of my brothers in Brixton or Stockwell at that period, and I would always bump into one of them on the tube on the way up to London. I remember Ranjit Basan. I always remember his name. We used to, us kids used to call him Ranjit Basan, the beef curry man, because we were stupid. I wasn't racially aware in them days. I had a friend, a black lad called Steve Charlton in Hull, who could turn his eyelids inside out. That was his party trick. Not that we went to many pies, because we were about 7, 8. Hull was the best time of my childhood, although most traumatic, because it was immediately after, within a few months of Mum getting vaporised. Our mum, Carl, David and Brian's mum, and my mum, and Dean Mansfield's mum. But as far as a childhood, it was proper Enid Blight in that place for me. Some really good lads, such as they are when you're 7, but it's so easy to make friends. Carl Bagley, Richard Highgates, Dave Thompson, the bloke with the worst temper in the world, kid with the worst. And Steve Charlton climbed into a cement mixer when he started it up on a site. You could do that sort of thing in 1972, 3. Oh, it was mental. There's bomb sites everywhere, and it was fantastic. We used to go out. You just didn't want to go home. I particularly didn't, but they were probably in similar situations. I don't know. We were all rough kids. Richard Highgates was quite posh. Carl Bagley was really funny. Dave Thompson was nuts. He was nuts. He chased me for about half a mile with a house brick, which he would have used, all because I laughed at him because he fell out of a tree vertically down the big trunk of an oak that had big nails stuck out of the side of the oak so you could climb up it. And he was climbing up it. He had his new jeans on, or newish jeans. And then he fell. And somehow he managed to fall down quite a way without badly hurting himself. But when he landed, he'd ripped the inside seams of his jeans. So he was not happy. Not only was he not happy, but when he started walking, it was singularly one of the most hilarious things to behold. These big expanses of denim flapping about on either side of his, his legs. And of course, when he laughed at him, he just got the up and chased me and Steve and Carl up the road across the bomb site with a fucking house brick. He would have used it. He was a lunatic. Even then, he's probably a gangster now. They were good times, and the Neighbours was just brilliant. Bill and Beryl, so like a kids program, and Betty and Keith next door used to feed me over the fence. There are kids who have been in worse positions, and I survived it. Oh shit, my phone. Right, I've got to just pause. See? Never mind.